Alright, hello everyone, this is BB, and you're watching my channel, Encrypted Ritual. Today I am doing two acrylic pours, and one of them I am going to be adding a little bit of alcohol, the other one I'm going to be adding a bit of something that has some silicone in it. Regardless of whether or not I get cells, it's kind of just an experiment. I've been watching a lot of different videos, reading a lot of different opinions. I've made a few paintings already myself, and so I'm going to do these here on a video for you today. I pre-mixed my first set of paints, so I'm going to be pouring them into a cup and doing a dirty pour. And I'll probably pause to mix my second set and come back to this and mush it all together for you at the end. So I'm going to get started here. And my first pour is going to be, I've mostly been doing blues and purples and pinks. So today I'm going to do red and yellow with a little bit of green with a white base. So let's start about that much. I think that's good. Also, I like adding in a little bit of inks. I think it's just a little fun to add. And I tried to stay with my theme. And also a brown. I know that there's going to be some brown in there. I apologize, because our walls are super thin, so you're going to hear anything going on outside. I hear cars right now, that's why I mention it. And then this is fluid acrylic already. I'm just going to put a couple drops of that in there too. Oh, look at that. So that's already a little exciting. So now I'm going to start with some red. Followed by yellow. Oh yeah, and I grabbed, I can't remember if I mentioned it, I grabbed a little green. I'm going to put orange directly into the center like that. Really, I didn't want a lot of green, so I just a little itty bit of it. I'm also going to give that, this is alcohol. I'm going to pour just a little more white on top. And I think a little, maybe the rest of the yellow. I'm just going to keep going. I know I'm pretty sure, although I've mostly worked with smaller canvases, this should be more than enough to cover this canvas. And I have white left over for my next pour. So, with the dirty pour, you want it against the canvas. Let that sit for a minute. And I'm slowly learning. We are in an apartment, and so we have not a whole lot of space to work with. Been seeing people use these, and so I decided to give it a try, because otherwise I've been just spreading out aluminum foil, and that has not been the greatest. I have made a total mess doing that previously. Okay, so I am gonna already see, and I did grab I don't have a heater, but I do have a hair dryer. These cells probably will not stay. We'll see. Um, or at least that's been my experience so far without heat, is that they don't stay for me. And if they do, then that would be superb. And obviously, if I had not been tilting, I would have kept a lot of those cells. And I'm not too shook up about that. I like covering as much of the canvas as I can, and I kind of like seeing what happens when I do. I know I could just be pouring more paint on, but I also would rather conserve as much as I can. So, almost done. Alright, it makes me kind of think of Jupiter. I have, like, really, really been enjoying these. I sometimes spend too much time just thinking and planning normal drawings, and I like that. I am not having thought into the work beforehand. I can just sort of sit with this and try and help it grow in the moment. We're almost good. Almost. I'm going to try and get these bubbles on this side, and then maybe that one in the top right corner. Um, I'm not too worried about the very edges. I just want to get these big spots here. Let's see if there's a chip in this canvas. Oopsies. That's fine. And most of the ones that I've done so far have been on canvas. Actually, that's not true. About half of them have been on canvas, and half have been on uh, like a gesso board, so something similar to this. I actually like the ones that I've done on the gesso board as well so far. Alright, I'm going to try and just spread that corner maybe, and then we're done. And like I said, I'm not too worried about the edges, and I'm not, but no. And it looks like I meshed the print pretty well. I just did it by eye. The last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to attempt with the hair dryer to just see if I can bring any more cells out. So I'll be putting this down in just a moment. Just seeing where I think I'd like the paint to kind of fall. We really didn't lose much. I don't know how much is going to drip off when I use the blow dryer, but I'm pretty happy. We got some itty bitty cells that popped up here. I really doubt that spraying it's gonna do anything, but you know what? You never know. Also, just swiping a little here and there. And we got from the cup, it looks like a couple cells there. Probably would be working better if I used a palette knife, so I might do a palette knife in the next one. Anyway. So it looks like for the most part, we got a few itty bitty cells. If I were to swipe it, I might get some larger ones. I am gonna drip this a little more, and then I'm just gonna set this one to the side. I do like the bit up here that we've got going on from the remnants of the cup. So I may actually just upload this one by itself and then upload the other one separately, because I already know this is probably getting a little long, and I know that people do tend to have limited attention span. I know I do. I'll probably just dab that end. Let's see if I can get any paint to come in for that. So after about maybe 72 hours, so 3 days, maybe 4 days, I will come back to this and glaze it. I can show what it looks like then. For the most part, the ones that I've done so far have looked about the same dry as they did when they were wet. And so hopefully that will just be the case here. Oh, I touched my fishy. So it does look like there's a decent amount of excess here, so it does not hurt to pour that off before I set this out to dry. I'm terrible about thinking that I'm done and then deciding I'm not. And you will see that in time, for sure. Alright. Let's get when I'm all done, I like to take a piece of paper and use any of the excess paint. Just trying to minimize my waste. I went from having, that's still not a whole lot of paint wasted, but I can do stuff with it, so why not? Alright, so this is what we've got, and I will see you in the next video shortly, where we try out some silicone instead of the alcohol. There we go.